Hey guys, it's me Noelle and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Wacom 1 video. In my previous Wacom 1 video, I show you guys how to do a brush study, basically exploring the different options for brushes in Adobe Illustrator. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to actually use those brushes to create some cool vector art. Not just any vector art, I'm going to show you guys how to make a double scoop ice cream cone tattoo style. I personally love the look of stippling old school tattoos. There's just something about it. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt that today and hopefully create an easy enough tutorial for you guys to follow along. All right, let's get into it. So I already have the AI file set up and I have my Wacom 1 connected via Bluetooth. I drew this ice cream cone a while back and I just thought it'd be cool to turn this sketch into a tattoo, kind of just elevate it a bit. I basically just imported this image right here onto the first layer. So we're gonna name the layer tracing. I'm actually very bad at naming my layers, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna name my layers. We want to change the opacity a bit. I'm just gonna go to properties over here and change the opacity to 50. So as you can see, the image is lighter. It's not too bold, not too distracting. Then we can lock the image. Moving on to layer 2, I'm gonna call this line drawing. Using the paintbrush tool on the left panel right here, I'm just gonna go in and I already have a brush selected. It's the 10-point round. An Illustrator shortcut is that you could use the bracket keys. They kind of look like that on your keyboard to change the size of your brush. Using the right bracket will make your brush huge, but I kind of want it a little small. Using your Wacom 1 tablet, you're just gonna go over the sketch. It should be pretty simple because you already have the tracing there, but remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do what you can. What's nice is that Illustrator will kind of already smooth your lines out just because of the nature of the program. It doesn't really like super rough lines, so it'll kind of automatically smooth it out for you. One tip that can make the tracing easier is if you zoom in, you'll get a little bit more control over your brush. You also want to make sure that any lines that don't look connected are connected, because what we're going to do later is fill in these shapes with color, and we don't want the color spilling everywhere. So that is a basic outline for this ice cream cone. As you can see, I left out the finer details like the sprinkles and the texture of the ice cream. It's because I kind of want to change the style when we add the tattoo stippling, and you'll see a bit later on. So now that we have the basic outline, we're gonna do the fun part that brings me back to childhood, coloring it in. So what you're gonna do is select the brush strokes here, go to Object, and select Live Paint, Make. And it'll pop up with this little message. Just click OK. And you're like, oh my gosh, my strokes just got tiny. That's totally fine. You can make them thick again by changing the stroke weight. When you do that, you'll notice that the strokes end on kind of a very sharp edge. As you can see, they're rectangular. You can also change that by clicking stroke and then changing the cap, and then it makes the ends of your strokes rounded again. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't really want to have any like open gaps or else live paint won't really work out. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean those up right now. So now that we've cleaned it all up, we can go in with our paint bucket and fill in our ice cream. The live paint bucket will be under this shape builder tool, and you just select it. And as you can see, when I go over the different shapes with my paint bucket, they light up, and that's how you know they're able to be filled. I'm not the best with color palettes, so I like to just look up inspiration on Google and just take some of the samples. Another shortcut on Illustrator is to click Option on your keyboard and just pick up the colors. So I want that one, and then you just drop it. So cool. There is the basic coloring of my ice cream cone. We're gonna be adding some stippling texture. I'll be using some brushes that I got for free from freepick.com. I will link the downloads in the description below. These are the stippling brushes I'll be using. What I'm gonna do is take this top one here, copy it to my Illustrator file. I'm just gonna put it on the side right here. First, what you're gonna do is select your image, go to Object, down to Live Paint, and click Expand. This is basically going to expand the shape and make each section editable on its own, so each color block here. So we're going to go to our direct selection tool, and as you can see, when you drag the colors, they are separated. Now we're going to go over to our brush tool, and this part is really important. On the bottom left section right here, there are these little icons, and you want to select the one that says Draw Inside. This basically creates a kind of clipping mask situation where the texture will only be applied to that section on the inside. It has these little corner brackets to indicate that that's the section you're working on. Using the stippling tool, I'm just gonna go over the edges, and as you can see, the stippling stays within the shape. And that's it. That's how you create a graphic tattoo style ice cream vector on Adobe Illustrator using the Wacom one. I hope this tutorial was helpful in some way. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.